I just finished this dresser and it's done. A faux wood DIY dresser. There's a few simple videos that I've been watching all over TikTok. People doing a faux wood look. I figured I would try it on my old dresser. This was a dresser that I purchased when I first moved in here. You know, it wasn't the greatest looking and it wasn't the greatest quality. I actually got it for free. It was big enough for the space and you know, it was an impulsive decision to get it, but it looked great on the photos. I actually ended up painting it up emerald green. The reason why I did that is because, you know, I was playing around with color. I didn't know what I really wanted to do in the beginning when I first got this place. This color stood out to me the most, so I did it with some gold fixtures and then it turned out actually pretty nice. I really like the color that it offered and it was kind of like a warm, bold accent to the room. But now that I am, you know, kind of refinishing the things around my room and noticing what style I want to pinpoint and what I want to achieve, I'm realizing that the emerald green is kind of like out of season for me, especially the ideas that I have moving forward. So yeah, so I decided to do the full DIY look. So I'm going to link the materials in the description below of everything I did in order to do it. This is a decor that has been done multiple times. You know, I just pick and chose what I wanted from each person that was doing it and just kind of like made it my own. So I started off with priming my dresser. It was a bold accent color, so I had to have some sort of primer on there in order to have another color and to have better adhesion when I am attempting. I used a shellac type of primer that is a really good, you know, stain blocker and it really adheres to wood furniture. Then I chose a rugged tan color in order to put on the dresser. So after drying for 24 hours, I got a rugged tan color. It's actually from Behr Ultra. I got that at Home Depot. I got the Scuff Defense stain blocking paint. It also has a bit of primer on there too, so I think it was really good in terms of like the durability, and it was a medium base. And I just stuck it right on there. I honestly didn't even need it a lot. I felt like I could have gotten a sample size and save a bit of more money. Once I was on there, I was pretty much near the final step. And the final step was to apply a Rustoleum decorative glaze of wood stain. This is a Java brown wood stain, basically. It mimics the appearance of, you know, dark wood. So if you wanted to do like, you know, walnut or like brown or something, that would kind of like my turtleneck. But anyways, so after 24 hours again, after the rugged tan color was applied and it was dry, so I put on a decorative glaze and I had to kind of streak it on there with 3 different paintbrushes. So I started with a normal paintbrush in order to just get it on there and slap it on. And then I moved over to a stained deck brush where I kind of like swiped on top of it, not too hard, just kind of to brush it and give it those streaky lines and like sleek lines, the usual lines that you see in wood. And I got it on there and I kept streaking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then once that was kind of like on there and it was to the appropriate quantity that I wanted to have that dark brown look to the dresser, I used a corn broom. A corn broom is essentially, you know, those old and like kind of like, you know, very rigid broomsticks. I used that on there to streak on the sleek lines again in order to give that wood look. So that was kind of time consuming since I kind of needed to swipe across and have the lines as horizontal as possible. And then it turned out to give that wood effect. Like it was super easy, and how it looks is that like it honestly looks like a natural wood furniture. I'm so happy how it turned out because I didn't even have to change the fixtures. I think I was going to change the fixtures to something else, probably like black or just like, you know, silver or something, but gold goes really well with the dresser. When I was watching other people's DIYs, a lot of them ended up with either a top clear coat or a shellac. So I decided to add a shellac top coat. I may have added a bit too much because when I look at the furniture before the shellac versus after, some areas it kind of looks glossy. You know, I did get a steel wool in order to, you know, kind of rub down the excess of the shellac. In the end, it still looked great. I think the shellac adds a lot of like texture to it and makes it look more finished. So just like in combination of what's going on here versus over here, it's coming together. This on top here definitely need to put some shelves or something. But other than that, I really feel like my room is still plain. I still need more, you know, inspiration and advice on what to put around here. I think I have the idea, it's just, and I'm on the right track. I need to have a stronger focal point of what is going to be the initial and final vibe. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I am going to give a better update on this dresser another time. And hopefully next video I will have some shelves up, and then I will address this plain corner right here. And, you know, just fix my bedroom life because there's some stuff to do. Bye!